You know that leader, the one with the brilliant mind, the amazing technical skills, and the impressive strategy, who somehow keeps losing their best people? Yep, that one that just popped up in your mind right now, that leader. We are going to talk about why being smart isn't enough and why emotional intelligence is what separates good leaders from great ones. Welcome to Legacy Lounge, the podcast where you'll discover how to lead with purpose and build a legacy that matters. So if you're ready to step into your full potential, show up authentically for yourself and others, and create a lasting impact on the world, you're in the right place. Let's begin. I'm Brin'na Rollins-Williams, and I want to tell you something that happened in a coaching session recently. This tech executive, we'll call her Jamie. Obviously, that is not her name, but Jamie was frustrated because her team just wasn't getting it. Her exact words, "I have explained the solution 3 times. Why aren't they executing?" And here's the thing. Jamie was right about the solution, but she was also completely blind to something crucial. Her team wasn't resisting the what, they were resisting the how. So let's break this down and what's really happening when smart leaders fail. I call this the intelligence trap. Thinking faster means explaining less. Assuming clarity equals buy-in. Mistaking compliance for commitment, that one's rough. Solving problems without building trust. Any of this sound familiar? Because here's your truth bomb. Your brilliant solution means absolutely nothing if your team is not emotionally bought into implementing it. So let's talk about the 4 pillars of emotional intelligence that actually matter in leadership. First, self-awareness. Shocker. Not just knowing yourself, but understanding your impact. How do you show up under stress? What triggers your defensive reactions? Where do your blind spots live? 2, self-management. The gap between feeling and reacting. Can you pause before responding? Do you manage your emotional state? How do you handle being under pressure? 3, social awareness. Reading the room isn't just a phrase. What's the emotional climate? What's not being said? Who is disengaging and why? And the 4th is relationship management. The real work of leadership. Building trust before demanding results. Creating psychological safety for honest dialogue. Managing conflict productively. And developing others genuinely. Now, here is what happened with Jamie. We did a simple exercise. I asked her to map out her team's emotional state before, during, and after her solution presentations. And you know what she discovered on her own? While she was excited about problem solving, her team was actually feeling dismissed, becoming defensive, disengaging mentally, and they were losing confidence. So here is your EQ upgraded toolkit. Before any interaction, check your own emotional state and consider your audience's perspective. Plan out your approach, not just the content. That's where the real preparation matters. During conversations, watch the body language. I know we've all heard this before, but listen for a tone shift. Notice engagement levels and when they rise and when they fall. Pay attention to moments of silence. Those can be some of the loudest ones. And after really important moments, reflect on the impact. Seek honest feedback and adjust your approach and follow up personally. Here's some of the game-changing questions to ask yourself. How might they be feeling about this? What's at stake for them? What support do they need from me? What support would they need from me? And what support could they need from me? How can I make it safe to speak up? So, back to Jamie. Once she started focusing on the emotional intelligence alongside her powerful technical expertise, something magical happened between her and her team. Her team's execution on a specific deliverable that was taking them a really long time to get freaking moving. It improved by 40%. 40. Why? Because they felt heard, valued, and supported in the process. Here's your homework. Pick one meeting that you have tomorrow. And before you join the Zoom room or you walk into a physical room for the meeting, ask yourself, what is the emotional temperature in this space? How might my communication style impact others today? What do people need to feel in order to buy in? Next week, we're tackling organizational culture because guess what? Emotional intelligence is at the heart of that too. Remember, being the smartest person in the room doesn't make you the best leader. Being the most emotionally intelligent one might. This is Brin'na Rollins-Williams. Thanks for joining me today. That's it for this episode of Legacy Lounge, a podcast dedicated to empowering you to lead with purpose. Remember, leadership begins with you. When you're connected to your values, strengths, and authentic self, you show up powerfully for your team, businesses, and everyone you lead. To authentically lead others, you must first lead yourself. I challenge you to consider, how are you investing in your personal growth to create a legacy that you envision? Thank you for joining me in the Legacy Lounge. If this episode sparked any thoughts or inspired action, I'd love to hear from you. I'm your host, Brin'na Rollins-Williams. Connect with me on LinkedIn or other socials and let's continue the conversation. Remember, your legacy is built one intentional step at a time.